Welcome everyone to CityLine. I'm Phaedra Redifer, filling in for Amanda Westbrook. We have a wonderful show lined up for all of you today. First though, I'd like to get started with our friends from Tacoma Rescue Mission. We are joined here with Duke Paulson, the Executive Director. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be back.
So nice to have you back as always. And new this time with us, we have Deb Haywood, who is the Human Resources Manager for Rescue Mission. Welcome.
Thank you.
We'll go easy on you on this segment, so
Thanks.
Delighted to have you. So Duke, for our viewers, I'd like for you to share a little bit more about the important work that the Rescue Mission does and what it means to all of us here in Tacoma.
Sure. Our mission at the Rescue Mission is to provide God's help, hope, and healing to those that are most impoverished in our community. So we are best known for providing food and shelter for people in need, but that's really opening the door. We go much deeper in services and helping people with education, employment, pathways out of homelessness and poverty is really what we're trying to do, and also helping people with addiction recovery from whatever addictions are holding them back from moving forward. So it's really a deep and engaging place to help people from the community's perspective.
And based on that, I would have to think that the Rescue Mission truly is a support year-round for all different types of audiences. And I know as we are here today in Tacoma, which is what the nation is facing too, we have a lot of individuals who are experiencing homelessness, and it just magnifies the work that the Rescue Mission is doing.
Yeah, one of the questions I get asked a lot is, what do you do? There's so much homeless, and where did everyone come from? And the Rescue Mission's been around for 107 years, and so this is not a new situation, it's not a new need, and we're in a really special community where we've had a long history of helping people. We have a lot of groups working together with us in helping people, and so I do think it's risen to the top of knowledge and mind, and I think that shows the compassion in our community that people are responding. And so it's not a new situation, it is definitely a more publicized situation. But there's a lot of really great resources and things that are happening to help people, and we just get to be a part of it, and I love what we get to do.
And based on conversations that you had earlier with me today, there's a lot that Tacoma is doing, from not just what the Rescue Mission is doing, but also the help that we're getting from community partners and our community in general, which is wonderful.
Yep, I'm excited to talk more about that. So
Good.
It'll be fun.
So Deb, I learned that you are pretty new to the Rescue Mission, about 18 months.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about where you came from before the mission, and why does your work and what you're doing for the Rescue Mission mean so much to you?
Okay, well, I used to work at the YMCA. I was one of their administrative and volunteer services directors. Actually, my friend sent me the job for the mission, and I applied, and I've always wanted to be in an organization who was the voice for people who are underserved and underrepresented. And the mission has always been great at doing that. So I love the team, and I love what we do, and it's a great place to work.
And it sounds like you are really service-minded.
Absolutely.
And I know that the Rescue Mission, with all the services that Duke just talked about, this probably really fits that need for you personally to be able to connect with our community that needs our help the most.
Yep, 100%.
Wonderful.
It's awesome.
So Duke, you mentioned all these services, but
Yeah.
I also know that there's an exciting new project that is getting some traction.
Yeah.
And why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, the city of Tacoma a few years ago made a declaration of making homelessness a priority that they were going to address, and called it an emergency. And so we are partnering with the city of Tacoma and with the private community to expand our shelter at our main downtown campus. And so we're adding a whole new shelter building for 50 more people, and our goal is to serve women in this space. So there's a lot of need that we're trying to address with that, but it's a really exciting thing, and our goal is to have it open this winter. And so that's what we're shooting for, and moving as fast as we possibly can, which will mean we'll have gone from initial partnership and announcement to having it open within 1 year. So it's a really fast-paced project that we're on, and really bringing the whole community together trying to get this done.
And a really huge undertaking. Tell us a little bit more about why you all specifically are focusing on the single women audience for this shelter.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. We had people come through, and when I came to the Rescue Mission, I'd stand in line and see people come in for our meals. And you'd see all kinds of people come in. It's open to the public. Anyone in need that wants to come in for a breakfast or dinner can come in. And we'd have women that were there, but it's a men's shelter. And women would come and eat, and then they'd leave, and I wouldn't know where they'd go. And sometimes we'd find people in cars and in parking lot and just different places. And so there was just this need that we were realizing, especially in this Me Too world where there is a lot more publicity about the plight of women being oppressed, of sex trade and traffic and things going on. And if you weren't in a domestic violence situation, there's very limited shelter for single unaccompanied women. And so this is just a gap that we realize in the community that we're trying to address and say, here's a safe place for women to come specifically and have services tailored to help them.
I think that is wonderful, and it really truly is a testament to the Rescue Mission's work that you all take care of everybody.
Yes.
And that is a critical piece that I think all of us need to recognize and really appreciate. And Deb, when you moved over then to the Rescue Mission, why does this shelter resonate with you the most?
Well, as a single woman who has no kids, a few years back, I almost experienced homelessness myself. I was in a very traumatic car accident that took me out of work and a lot of medical bills. And without the support system that I had, I could have very much wound up on the street. And so it's nice to know that the Rescue Mission is trying to meet that need, and that's somewhere that I could have very well ended up. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really gives you that perspective of here is what some other women may also potentially need.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you.
So Duke, with the shelter of this magnitude and,
Yeah.
and certainly the importance of what it will do for this particular audience, what else can one expect for services within the shelter and some amenities in the shelter?
Yeah, so the primary thing is just creating a safe place for women to come into.
Yep.
And that anyone can come in. But that we do provide food. We have a clothing bank. We have mental health counseling. We have a laundry and showers facility. We have a place for people to store stuff. And then each person meets with an individual case manager to help people address what are the barriers that are causing them to be homeless. What's the situation that, what's your next step to move forward? And really we want to help people create that plan and start to move forward and implement that plan. And we're there to help people, identify those steps and then start working on that and having a support and someone that comes along and says, we care about you, we want to help you. And that can be education, employment, identification, driver's license. We with women in the past, we've helped them stabilize and get their children to come back and live with them. So there's just a pathway to hope is what we're trying to create.
And I think you all are doing a fantastic job. So with the shelter, where are you all at in the process? Where are we today, and what are some of the next steps that we can look forward to?
Sure. So we've raised about 70% of the funds for the shelter. And so we are still very much in our fundraising component of this. The crazy thing is that's 70%, so about $2.7 million has been raised, and that's been raised in 4 months. So there's been a huge community response of people coming forward, and we just are counting on that continuing because we're trying to do this all in 1 year. So this isn't a really long, campaign. This is a quick, how can we do this? How quickly can we get this built and together and open for people, because we don't want to go another winter without a space for women in the community.
Mm-hmm. And I know our community well enough, and as you do as well, and Tacoma really bands together. We are a very unique community. We support one another and we recognize those who need our help the most. So
Absolutely.
How can someone like myself or those who are watching us today, how can they get involved, whether it's financially or even volunteering? How can we get integrated to support this fantastic project?
Sure. So one of my favorite things about the Rescue Mission is we couldn't do it without volunteers. Mm-hmm. So the amount of people we serve at 2 different locations, 3 meals a day, is because we have so many volunteers that help. The amount of people that come in and help with education and counseling and meeting with people and providing that mentoring is because of our volunteers. So without that, we would not be able to serve the way we do. So volunteering, donating financially to help with stuff. We're looking now we're partnering with other groups in the community, the Rotary and others that are helping us get beds, and some other groups helping with mattresses. And so there's lots of ways that people are coming around and saying, how can I help? And really the thing is asking go to our website or call us and say, where are you? What's something that I could do to help? And we'll have that conversation, and there's lots of ways for people to engage.
That's what I love the most too, is because people really do want to help, but once they have options of how they can help, it becomes less intimidating and
Yeah.
they just jump right in, because
Yeah.
something is always better than nothing, regardless
Absolutely.
of whether it's financial commitments or just really rolling up your sleeves and having some sweat equity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So have you all broken ground with the shelter yet? And if not, when do you all hope to do that?
Yeah, so we submitted for our permits to the city last week, and the city is working with us to move as fast as we can, and we're hoping to break ground it's sometime in the next 45 days. So that's really fast for anyone that does permitting with the city, but the city's working with us, and we're excited. We feel like we've got a great project plan and a great team that's helping put this together, and so we're really excited about that.
I am amazed at what a fast track that you all are on, and I have no doubt that we are going to see the bricks and mortar rise quickly.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful work. So Duke, what would your final message be to those who are watching today?
You know, honestly, Deb and I get to partner in working with the community, and we love that. That's the really fun part about the rescue mission, saying over 100 years of the community coming together in a common mission of helping people that are in need. And so people understanding and engaging with us in that, and really what we're trying to do is say there are lots of needs out here. We have shelter for families, we have shelter for men, we're creating a specific safe place for women, and we're going to partner with others in the community. Where we've already talked to the YWCA, to Goodwill, to other groups, and we're going to look to continue to expand how we can help serve people in our community.
We are grateful, and we are so lucky to have you all representing the rescue mission and the work that you all are doing, because it is absolutely critical. And this new shelter is certainly a pretty significant project.
Yeah.
And again, as I said, I have no doubt that we will start to break ground and we will be able to house those who desperately need our help. And I applaud each of you for the work that you're doing and the compassion that you bring to really help those who need it the most.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And thank you so much for being with us today. We'll look forward to watching your progress, and we'll have you both back so we can see pictures of the new building.
It'll be really fun. It's going to be beautiful. I'm
I know
excited
it will.
about
Congratulations. We'll look forward to
Thank
having you
you.
both back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, you heard it, the Rescue Mission, they can always use your help. So please go to their website to really get integrated into the great work that they're doing. And when we come back, we will talk with Candace Rude, the Communications Director from Workforce Central, and yet another continuation of all the great ways that our community helps those who need our help the most. We'll be right back.